Oh, thanking God for all He has done is paramount. If we do not want to be ungrateful to Him, thanking Him for the breath of life and to see another new day today, being the 5th of February in the year 2021. And with this, I welcome you to another edition of Newsreel on the Stables of Pensioners 106.7 FM at Barigo. Onireke Ibadan, the voice of liberation. This is a program where we bring to you stories within and across the globe. You can watch us live on Facebook by typing Pensioners FM and or follow us on Instagram, or better still, download our app Pensioners FM. My name is Olamide Solarin, and of course, I'm not doing it alone. I'm in the studio with Israel. Israel, good
Yes, good
morning.
morning, Olamide. Trust you're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And how was your night?
Yeah, thank God it was a blissful one.
Yes, a beautiful morning to you, and welcome to another edition of News Real and Pensioners 106.7 FM. And I'm also appreciating God for another opportunity to be on the program, just like Olamide said, that we should always give thanks to God. This is a newspaper review program where we consider topical and salient issues from the trending headlines of the day. My name is Israel Adejumobi. You're welcome on board.
All right, I'll be starting with this headline. Buhari rewards ex-service chiefs with ambassadorial appointments.
IGP Adamu gets 3 months extension.
Oyo CP6 partnership with NSCDC.
Bandit leader says Katsina government paid him 30 million naira to release Kankara schoolboys, not 800 million naira.
And with this tragic story, NIDCOM condemns killing of kidnapped US-based Nigerian in Edo State.
Stakeholders react to federal government's approval of 20 private universities.
Varsity unions direct members to commence strike.
FRSC directs officers to embark on COVID-19 tests.
Expert calls for concerted effort on cancer.
Oyo government rolls out free breast cervical screening for women.
Buni replies Akonde on APC membership registration comments.
Akonde predicts election of Buhari's successor to be APC's greatest test.
Man jumps to death at 1004 flat estate during FCC raid in Lagos.
INEC distributes sensitive materials ahead of Niger by-election.
EFCC secures conviction of student for fraudulent impersonation.
Shorty forfeits property to federal government as Faisal Minor flees to the US.
Ogun youth protests excesses of custom officers and men.
Customs generate about 5 billion naira from impounded goods in January.
Akinrun Oba Abdulrauf Olayiwola Adedeji joins ancestors.
4 Indian implanters arrested in Ondo.
And lastly, here, Israel have the story. Another Nigerian woman referee gets FIFA badges.
And now, finally, with the world of sports, Sport Minister believes Principal's Cup will lead to discovery of new talent.
Many more and details of the stories after this break. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. It's still Pensioners 106.7 FM at Barigo, Onireke, Ibadan. And now to detail of the story. Buhari rewards ex-service chiefs with ambassadorial appointment. President Muhammadu Buhari has forwarded the names of immediate past service chiefs to the Senate as non-career ambassadors designate. This was contained in a statement signed by the Special Advisor to President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina. He stated that in a letter to Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, President of the Senate, the President said in accordance with the Section 171, subsection 1, 2, C and subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. He has the honor to forward for confirmation by the Senate the underlisted 5 names of nominees as non-career ambassadors designate. According to the statement, the nominees are General Abayomi G. Olonishakin, retired, Lieutenant General Toko Y. Buratai, retired, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, retired, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar retired and Air Vice Marshal Ahmed S. Usman retired. The statement pointed out that the president urged the Senate to give expeditious consideration to the nominations.
President Muhammadu Buhari has extended the tenure of Mohamed Adamu as the Inspector General of Police (IGP) by 3 months. This was announced to State House correspondent yesterday by Minister of Police Affairs Mohamed Dingyadi at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He said the extension was necessary to give room for the proper selection of a successor.
Oyo CP seeks partnership with NSCDC. Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Mrs. Ngozi Onodeko, has seeks for synergy with NSCDC to collectively reduce criminalities in the state. Mrs. Onodeko stated this during a court visit to the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) Oyo State Command Headquarters Agodi Ibadan. The Commissioner of Police, who was accompanied by some of her management team, said the visit became imperative in the spirit of securing lives and properties of the people of Oyo State and Nigeria at large. She said the collaboration of NSCDC would go a long way in nipping crime in the board. The Police Commissioner therefore promised to always be available whenever security assistance is needed. Responding, NSCDC Commandant Mr. Iskilu Akinsoya, who appreciated the visit of the Commissioner of Police, assured our continuous support as that was the only way to successfully curb crime and criminalities in Oyo State and Nigeria as a country. Commandant Akinsoya added that the visit would boost the morale of the men of the two agencies and would also send signal to the junior officers to see themselves as brothers and partners in progress.
Bandit leader says Katsina government paid him 30 million naira to release Kankara schoolboys, not 800 million naira. Report says Awulu, a top commander in the banditry group that abducted over 300 schoolboys in Kankara local government area of Katsina State, has said the government paid the group 30 million naira ransom before the boys were released. This is contrary to the claims by the Nigerian government and Zamfara and Katsina state government that no ransom was paid to free the students. Gunmen who came on motorbikes had on December 11, 2020, invaded government science secondary school Kankara around 11 p.m., shooting indiscriminately to scare residents. The operation led to the disappearance of over 300 students. After their release on December 17, 2020, Gaba Shehu, senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, said the rescue operation was facilitated by repentant bandits and no ransom was paid. While narrating the role of the military in the rescue operation, the defense headquarters said the troops closed in on the abductors from 4 different fronts. It said that kinetic and non-kinetic approaches were used to ensure all the boys were rescued or not, saying that there was a resistance from the abductors who laid an ambush against the troops. However, in a leaked telephone conversation between Awulu and a former council boss in Katsina State, the bandits commander admitted the group collected 30 million naira from the state government. When told by the former LGA chairman that some government officials claim 800 million naira was given to the group, Awulu exclaimed and said, so they paid 30 million naira and claimed 800 million naira. Responding, the former council boss who said, this is not fair at all. They call us thieves while they are the real thieves. He added, we want peace, but this governor has no integrity.
Okay, and I have a story here. NIDCOM condemns killing of kidnapped US-based Nigerian in Edo State. The management of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, has condemned in strong terms the unfortunate death of Mr. Dennis Abuda, who was killed by his abductors. Abuda, a Nigerian diasporan based in Atlanta, Georgia, was abducted along Benin bypass by unknown gunmen alongside other family members while traveling to Lagos to catch a flight back to the US. In a statement by the head of media, Abdulrahman Balogun described the incident as very unfortunate, sad, and callous. The commission called on the security operatives in Edo State to fish out the perpetrators of the heinous crime and made them face the music so as to serve as a deterrent to others. Nidcom condoled with the family of the deceased by praying unto God to rest the soul of the departed and expose the killers of Abuda as soon as possible. It was reported that Mr. Abuda, alongside his family members, left Fuga in Esako Central Local Government Area at the early hours on Saturday when they were ambushed by the gunmen. May his gentle soul rest in
Rest in perfect
perfectly.
peace.
That's so sad.
Stakeholders react to federal government's approval of 20 private universities. Some stakeholders have been reacting to federal government's approval of establishment of 20 private universities in the country. In a reaction, Professor Oyesoji Aremu of the Faculty of Education, University of Ibadan, said the approval was a welcome development in view of the percentage university candidates seeking admission into Nigerian universities annually. Professor Aremu, who lauded the 3 years monitoring of the university's performance, however, advocated annual performance evaluation of the institutions so as to ensure delivery of qualitative education to Nigerians. An education counseling psychologist, Dr. Sunday Olawale, said some existing private universities could not stand the pressure of university demands, while current state and federal universities were not being given adequate attention. Dr. Lawale, who said approval of additional 20 universities were needless in the country, called on federal government to improve the funding of the nation's universities so as to be at par with universities in the developed countries.
And still in the education sector, Varsity Union direct members to commence strike. Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions have written their branches to commence strike from today, Friday. Are copies of the notices signed by SANU National President Muhammad Ibrahim and NASU General Secretary Peters Adeyemi were yesterday made available to journalists. Recall that the non-teaching staff in the universities had announced that they would embark on a nationwide strike from February 5th. 2021 over the federal government's handling of the integrated personnel and payroll information system sharing formula of the 40 billion naira earned academic allowances and non-payment of arrears of the new minimum wage. Others are the non-payment of retirement benefit to former members, non-constitution of visitation panels to universities, poor funding of the universities, teaching staff usurping the headship of non-teaching unit, amongst others. In a bid to stop the workers from embarking on strike, the federal government met with the leadership of the union, but the meeting ended in a deadlock on Tuesday. The union said 5 of its demands have not been attended to by the federal government, while committees were only set up to address. The committee had embarked on a 3-day protest over the government's failure to honor the memorandum and understanding signed with the union on October the 20th, 2020.
The Federal Road Safety Corps (FRC) says it will enforce to the letter the federal government regulations and COVID-19 safety protocols in connection with the nation's transportation sector. FRC Corps Marshal Dr. Boboyo Oyeyemi stated this while addressing men and officers of the Corps at the headquarters of the Osun sector, Oshogbo, Osun State Capital, directed officers to embark on COVID-19 tests. Dr. Oyeyemi, who reminded his men that flouting of the regulations attracted 6 months jail term, insisted that non-use of face masks, sanitizers, and carriage of more than the approved numbers of passengers will be prosecuted. He said anyone caught, either driver or passengers, will be dragged before a mobile court presided by magistrate for prosecution. The court martial urged the Osun Command to intensify its engagement with major stakeholders in the transport sector across the principal locations of the state with a view to enlightening its ignorance will not be taken as an excuse to evade prosecution. Dr. Oyeyemi also directed all road safety officials to undergo COVID-19 tests while he called on officers on patrol to always put on their face masks and hand gloves. During a visit to the Osun State driver's licenses were registered in Osun last year as a result of low numbers of workstations. Responding his host, Governor Boyiga Oyitola, commended the road safety corps for the considerable reduction in road accidents in the country. Governor Itola, who expressed concern about the attitude of Nigerians to their safety while on roads, said would provide support for private sector participation in such.
Okay, now moving to the health sector. Expert calls for concerted effort on cancer. A medical expert, Dr. Rabiu Kushimo, has called for concerted efforts towards the fight against cancer in the country. Dr. Kushimo, who is the chairman of the Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, AJPMPN Ogun State chapter, made the call while speaking with Radio Nigeria on the occasion of World Cancer Day. The medical expert described cancer as a ravaging phenomenon that had continued to traumatize the entire world, irrespective of age, social status, religion, or nationality. Expressing worries over the alarming rate of death associated with cancer in the world, Dr. Kushimo identified age, family history, and exposure to harmful chemicals as some of the factors to increase risk of cancer. He encouraged Nigerians to continue to engage in regular exercise, good diet, and maintaining a healthy body weight.
The Oyo State government is to roll out a free breast and cervical screening program for women of reproductive age tomorrow as part of activities marking this year's World Cancer Day. The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Bashiru Bello, disclosed this during an event to commemorate 2021 World Cancer Day held at the Ministry of Health Secretariat, Ibadan. He explained how the screening program in partnership with a non-governmental organization working against cancer and promoting other health initiatives was to mitigate the social economic impact of cancer, saying government will continue to focus on the preventive and curative aspects of cancer management. Dr. Bashir Bello also noted that government will not relent in creating awareness about cancer across all communities in the state, such that it would benefit the people and continue to maintain necessary collaborations that will ensure progress in reducing the global impact of cancer. The special advisor to the governor on health, Dr. Fumi Salami, said there was need to develop a culture where people would take responsibility for their health. The free breast and cervical cancer is scheduled to hold tomorrow at Lagelu Grammar School from 8 o'clock.
Okay, the story Buni replies Akonde on APC membership registration comment. The Chairman Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee of the All Progressive Congress ABC, Governor Mai Mala Buni, has defended his committee's decision to embark on membership registration and revalidation exercise for the ruling party. In our statement, Buni said the ongoing exercise is constitutional and conducted within the ambit of the law. The Punia interim national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Chief Bisi Akonde, had recently described the decision of the Mai Mala Buni-led National Caretaker Committee to embark on a fresh membership registration as an aberration and waste of parties' major resources. He also advised the committee to resist the temptation of falling for the sitting tight syndrome, which he noted usually characterized most hand-picked authorities in most underdeveloped countries of the world. But Bunina, statement by the Director General Press and Media Affairs, Malam Maman Ahmed, said the registration could give new members of the party a sense of belonging. According to the statement, the membership registration and revalidation exercise was a constitutional provision which was part of a strategic measure taken by the committee to give existing and new members a sense of belonging. We'll be going on a quick break right now. When we return, Newsreel continues. Please don't go away.
Yes, thanks for staying with us. The program is still News Real and Pensioners 106.7 FM. Akonde predicts election of Buhari's successor to be APC's greatest test. The pioneer interim national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, Chief BC Akonde, has warned that the 2023 presidential election will be the greatest test of the ongoing membership registration and revalidation exercise in the party. Akonde, who spoke with members of the registration and revalidation committee, posted to Oshu State, visited him at his Ilarogun country home, described the exercise as a waste. The former Osun State governor also described the National Caretaker Committee, headed by Governor Mai Malaboni of Yobe State, as an aberration. Akonde is a political soulmate of Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu. The APC validation being conducted by APC is aimed at courting the influence of Tinubu in the party as cut to his presidential aspiration.
Okay, usually I'll be taking this last story before I'll introduce our analyst is right in the studio. Man jumps to death at 1004 flat estate during EFCC raid in Lagos. A man has died after jumping from the seventh floor of 1004 housing estate, Victoria Island, Lagos. A resident told reporters that the deceased jumped from an apartment at Block D5 during a raid by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Thursday morning. According to report, a combined team of EFCC officials and policemen had stormed the estate in search of some alleged internet fraudsters, otherwise known as Yahoo Boys. However, during the raid, the deceased, who was believed to be a short-time resident, allegedly jumped from the apartment and died. It was learned that after the incident, the EFCC officials immediately left and informed policemen attached to the Bar Beach Police Division. The police public relations officer in Lagos State, Muyiwa Adejumobi, confirmed the incident, adding that from all indications, the man was not even a suspect. Adejumobi said after the man fell, he was taken to a hospital but succumbed to his injury. His counterpart for the EFCC, Mr. Wilson Wujaren, said he would call back when he was contacted. The FCC has in recent times embarked on random raids at school, hostel, clubs, and private homes in search of internet fraudsters and often parading them, a method which has been criticized by many. Our analyst is right in the studio, Mr. Victor Adebi. Victor,
Yes,
good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to our listeners.
You're welcome to Pensioners FM.
Thank you.
All right, let's engage our analysts in some of the stories. And I have this first one. IGP Adamo gets 3 months extension. We know quite all right that the IGP's tenure was meant to expire on Monday, but here is the government giving another 3 months extension. Is this an indication that the government really does not have a plan when it comes to appointments in the country?
Well, the obvious idea for the most uninformed Nigeria to see very clearly that it took the antecedents are there. It took the president almost 6 months to form his cabinet, as at the time he was elected. So finding it difficult to know the next successor, that wouldn't be strange to anybody. We thought we had Goodluck Jonathan as a clueless president, as it were, before the election of 2014. Now we can see very clearly that the obvious are there, that we have bigger challenge in our hand. And the reason why it's always difficult to come up with a successor in most of these appointments is simply because of the pecuniary consideration of the authorities that be. They are never prepared for anything. This is one administration that is never prepared for a lot of the assignments they claim to have campaigned rigorously for, to the extent that people were so carried away. People believe so much on them falsely, false belief, false hope, to the point that at some point the president went to Borno and they said, "Look, don't campaign, just go." Oh, my campaign, Otiwole. And here we are today. We are entirely immersed in our stupidity and foolishness as a nation. It's sad, so painful. I think by the time this administration is done with, they will have succeeded in being the most unprepared, focusless, if there's any English like that, administration that has ever existed in Africa. because the obvious are there. Not even the military will be this flippant about the way they administer things, the way they go about things. Everything is just sectional. It's just about technicity. It's just about religious consideration. It's not about who is the best. That is why they can't choose an IG. That is why it's sad. I almost wept this morning when you were reading and you said the ex-service chiefs, some of them has even gone from 35-year service to almost 40. The same service chiefs are being appointed as an ambassador, as envoy. In fact, it's like one of the low moments I've experienced in the recent times, because I can't put it together in my head. A population of 170, 180, 190, or even 160 or 150, since we don't know our population. There's no accurate figure anywhere. Everybody just pandering figure. You can't appoint anybody from all the brains that are wasting away in this nation. It is the same service chief that people were on you for almost 3 years now. Finally, you succumb to those pressure.
Now Victor Adebi, don't you think he's trying to compensate them?
Let's wait and see. Let's see how that compensation will bring.
As a result of compensation,
let's see how it will enhance our image in the international forum as a serious nation. Today, I can assure you, if they are to rate on serious nation on earth, Nigeria will win that trophy easily. They don't need to set up a committee. They just said, hey, people who are to do the assessment, raise up your hand. Almost everybody will raise up their hand. This is the same nation. We're going to nominate somebody into one of the international judiciary platform. We submitted the name of some right adjective to use on air. And the people there in the international arena were saying, are you a judge? How did you get here? They send him back to Nigeria. When we have, and this nation have record of eminent jurists in the past. Gambia, name them, were all over the place, sitting over their judiciary. Up until now, religion, ethnic sentiment, and myopic attitude has taken over the entire governance. That service chiefs that have just been relieved of their job, that ought to be home to play with their grandchildren, are now being asked to be envoy, to be ambassador, or whatever is going to be given to them. Well, I'm waiting. Well, I won't be surprised. They will enjoy passage at the National Assembly.
For you to be part of this program, you can call on the following numbers: 0908 111 1067 or 008 010 1067. Or better still, you can watch us live on Facebook by typing Pensioners FM, Pensioners Space and FM, and like it or follow us on Instagram. Or better still, you download our app, Pensioners FM. Okay, can I continue, Mr. DB?
All right, well, let's just get straight to another story here.
Okay, I have a story here, and it's talking about coming straight to Oyo State. It says Oyo CP6 partnership with NSCDC. Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Mrs. Ngozi Onodeko, has seek for synergy with the NSCDC to collectively reduce criminalities in the state. What's your view as regards that?
They are kids of the same father. So synergy or no synergy, that doesn't fly with anybody in Oyo State. What Oyo people want to hear is that their insecurity is taken care of. How you achieve that should be your own keg of fish, because that's why you are paid for as a police officer, as a civil defense, and all the other agencies that are concerned. They should work together and help the Barapa people to overcome Iskilu and Wakili Iskilu that is taking over a territory. He's beginning to form an army of his own, oppressing people. They should do justice. They should do that which is expected of them. They should work with DSS and all the agencies. They are all federal government agencies. Since the federal government they enjoy this unitary system of government, and that's we're deceiving ourselves that we're in a federation. So we look forward to results. Result is what counts. Not
Israel, because of our time, we will link two stories together.
Okay.
So that I think that'll be better. Okay, over to you, Israel.
Yes, bandit leader says Katsina government paid him 30 million naira to release Kankara schoolboys and not 800 million naira. I just want your reaction to that because we
I've
know.
told you this government, there's too much fraud.
Hmm.
Too much fraud. Too
I
much
remember
lies.
then that they said there was no. They
It's
didn't
all
give them
fraud.
the
It's
funds.
all
Kankara-
lies. When you have a government that is full of lies, and what breeds lies in governance? Inefficiency, lack of direction. When you don't have a clear-cut direction, lies, you want to use lies to cover lies, to make up for lies. And you keep going in circle. I'm not interested. Either they pay 800, they pay 30 million, they pay whatever amount of million they've paid. The most important thing that this is a failed government operating in a failed state.
Yes, and stakeholders are reacting to the federal government's approval of the 20 private universities. As regards the approval of these
It's another
universities,
failure, sir. Talking of approval of 20 new universities when the existing private universities are struggling to stay alive.
Mr.
What
Victor
is the
Adebi,
standard?
before you go into that analysis, we'll go on a quick break. We have a
Commercial
commercial
break.
break. We'll be right back. Please don't go.
Road accident has become an epidemic in Nigeria. Thousands of people die annually, while tens of thousands are injured or permanently disabled. Children rendered fatherless, or your state government can no longer watch this epidemic ravage the state, thus establishing the Oyo State Drivers Institute. Ignorance and recklessness on the part of the drivers are largely responsible for road accidents. Oyo State Drivers Institute shall train and retrain drivers, assist private driving schools to achieve quality training, among others. Then, road traffic accidents shall reduce, traffic jam shall ease, and our economy would improve. Various courses are available at the Oyo State Drivers Institute. Visit us at Oisroma Building, Ministry of Works, Eleyele Ibadan, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Oyo State Drivers Institute. Drive to lead.
Welcome back. It's still on to Newsreel on the stables of pensioners 106.7 FM. Okay, continue, Victor.
Victor Adebi, you are giving your
Very
thoughts on
brief.
the private universities quickly.
Yeah. Well, you see, I don't want to sound rather too negative about all this thing because honestly, when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like touching the floor with your leg. Because as soon as you land your leg on the floor and you go online, you go on into newspaper, it's all lies, it's all game, it's all things that on Adolf you see everywhere. Look at the existing private university. How many of them are doing well enough? The so-called government universities are barely non-existent. In the past 1 year, those students have been home. Now they are back. They are resuming strike again. So it's just like the government is killing the public university to destroy the education of the poor people. Now approving private university to enhance the education of the rich. It's unfair.
Okay, Adebi,
so
I
much
want you to
unfairness.
relate it to this story. It's still on strike. It says Varsity Union direct members to commence strike. Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities and Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutes have written their branches to commence strike from today, Friday.
We've had all of that. But look, this same government killing his own, cannibalizing his own system, destroying his own system, owned by the people, the poor and the rich, the privileged and the underprivileged institutions, owned by this classes of people. At the same time, empowering, licensing private universities in droves. It doesn't add up. This is the most unreasonable thing you hear in any sane society. It's very unfortunate. 20 universities. In the last 1 month, in the last 6 months, in the last 1 year, can you point at any known factory that was opened up in Nigeria that you'll be able to say, oh, this is a feed mill that was opened? Or, oh, this is a factory producing button that has been... Why is it this cheaper way of exploiting people through university system? And when these children comes out of this so-called school, nowhere to work, What is important? Is it the opening of universities or opening of business enterprises or opening up of factories, opening up of places where people who have been to school will work? I mean, it doesn't add up.
0908 111 1067 and 0808 0101067. 0908 111 1067 and 0808 0101067. Those are the numbers to call to be a part of the discussion this morning. And reports reaching me here says that the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC has said that the National Identification Number NIN was a prerequisite for issuance and renewal of driver's license. Dr. Adebisi Olajide, the FRSC Road Commander in charge of driver's licenses Ore Unit Command, made this known in an interview in Ore, Ondo State. Olajide said that the turnout of drivers had been impressive at the FRSC licensing office, adding, however, that many of them had issues because of their inability to provide their NIN.
Okay, Israel, we have a call. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
What's your name and where are you calling us
Thank
from?
you very much. Good morning to your analyst. This is Michael calling from Bodija.
Yes, go ahead, please.
ahead.
I want to agree with him with the last statement he made. Our politicians, they don't build factory, they don't build industry. Instead, you see them building hotels. They always look at the short way out after they looted the country dry. But for me, what worries me is that 2023 will soon be here. Somebody will come out and tell you, Omowani, Ejekoshe, can we stand on our feet after this suffering for these 8 years? God bless you.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Yes, good morning.
What's your name?
Want to talk
What's your
about
name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Tajudeen Oke from Akana.
Okay, go ahead, Tajudeen Oke.
Not Akon, from Akana.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, from Akana.
Now, I want to talk about the inspector in the police. I think they have list the senior, the deputy senior, the assistant senior. Why delaying to honor the next level, the next person after the ID has that retired? Is there any loopholes on this? When I was in government, I am a senior, I have the assistant, I have my deputy. So is there any anti-punch on this? Or is there any fraud on this? I think before they promote them to these high-ranking people, they would have trusted them. They have to get their integrity. So this thing now wants to
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, go ahead, Victor Adebi.
Well, nothing much to say about, nothing to celebrate about still bath. We only celebrate a bouncing baby.
Okay.
When it's still bath,
Okay, I want you to react to the story. Buni replies Akonde on APC membership registration comment.
Well, this is a party that detests truth. And Baba Akonde has taken that bold step and bold initiative to say it to their face, because they are all in the same game together. So you can see the plotting. That's all about plotting a dog wanting to eat a dog's bowl. So he can see very clearly. They've been long enough in these trenches of show of power. So he understands one when he sees it. Because when you look at this administration, it's full of confusion. You are the same government that is. Yesterday I was watching on telly. They were arresting people for not using masks, nose cover, whatever it is called. And at the same time, this is the same government that will say, go and do NIN. Go and be queuing and go and be crowding together to get a number that we never got since 99. This is the same government that will wake up and suddenly realize that, oh, we need to register our party members in the midst of a pandemic. It's unimaginable. And this is the same party that will turn around very soon. They say, oh, we are broke, we don't have money. Everybody is just, well, I think I think we should move to the next topic. It's painful.
All right, another story here reaching me as it's that the All Progressive Congress APC has said it is not planning to endorse former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan as its 2023 presidential candidate. There were reports last week that some northern governors were working hard to ensure that the former president gets the APC ticket, while the chairman of the party's caretaker committee, Mari Malabuni, described the story as untrue. Speaking on BBC Hausa Service, Buni said there was no such plan. Buni, who is also the governor of Yobe State, said Jonathan is a patriotic citizen and peace promoter, where he's supposed to be respected by all political parties in the country. Your reaction to that, please?
It's like putting two left leg. It's like a man. When you see a man who has two left legs, there are some people like that. When you look at their leg, it looks as if their two legs are left, tilting towards the same direction. That is what that story is all about. What is special about what is Jonathan achievement?
Okay, we have a caller. Let's pick this call.
Let's pick this last call.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling on? Very, very brief.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, we lost the call.
Hello, good morning. All right, go ahead. Just go ahead, please.
So I can't. Each time I hear that thing in the news, or I guess you hear something close to it, the only thing, if you ask me, that Jonathan achieved is that he surrendered power without a fight. That's the only achievement that I can see. Is it the looting that took place under his regime that will guarantee such a person coming back? Abba. Then I can. It's a portrait of how backward we are, the way we reason, the way we go about things in this country.
Thank you so much, Victor Adebi. Because of our time, this is where we shall be drawing the curtains on the stables of Pensioners 106.7 FM. All thanks to our callers and those that were unable to reach us. Remember to protect yourself from the COVID-19 pandemic by taking necessary precautions in order not to be infected. My name is Olamide Solarin. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, many thanks to you for being a part of Newsreel today. Pensioners 106.7 FM. Do ensure to join us on Monday for another fresh package. Until then, my name is Israel Adejumobi. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning.
Pensioners FM. Alẹ́ pẹ́pẹ́. Ètò jẹ́ ọgbàjúgbàjà àti lóde Pensioners FM. Balẹ̀lẹ̀ bá tilẹ̀, a ó fọmọ ayọ̀báyọ̀ ní. Lẹ́yìn iṣẹ́ òòjọ́ ẹni, ó yẹ kó lùwà rẹ̀ ní sinmi. Ayé kì í yé ni ní rèwerèwe, àgbà kì í yé ni gbàtà ọ̀dàkùn. Àgbà lóde rédíò, ohun òmìnira. Pensioners FM láyé ń gbọ́, Pensioners FM tiwa ni. Pensioners FM tiwa ni. Pensioners FM tiwa ni. Pensioners FM ti dé. Pensioners FM tiwa ni.